A routine traffic stop in the quiet town of Asheville, North Carolina, was about to uncover a secret buried for over 50 years. Officer Mark Reynolds, a by-the-book cop, had seen it all: reckless drivers, expired registrations, and the occasional fugitive. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to find. It all started with a simple infraction. A vintage Buick had rolled past a stop sign without coming to a full stop. Behind the wheel was an elderly man, dressed neatly in a light blue button-down and a well-worn fedora. His face carried the weight of decades, his eyes deep pools of wisdom and untold stories. Mark approached the vehicle with the usual protocol. "License and registration, please." The man, calm and composed, reached into his glove compartment and handed over the documents. Mark glanced at them and froze. His hands trembled as he reread the name: Jonathan A. R. Caldwell. It couldn't be. Jonathan Caldwell had been declared dead in 1972. Mark's mind raced as he discreetly stepped away from the car and tapped into the police database. He expected a clerical error, some bizarre coincidence. But when the screen loaded, his blood ran cold. Jonathan Caldwell wasn't just a missing person. He was the key suspect in a decades-old government scandal. Before Mark could react, his radio crackled. "Officer Reynolds, return to your vehicle immediately. Do not detain the driver. Repeat, do not detain." What was going on? Mark turned back to the old man, who simply smiled. "You just found something you weren't supposed to, didn't you, son?" Ignoring the dispatcher's warning, Mark called his captain directly. "Sir, I need you at my location. Now." Minutes later, Captain Harris arrived, his face as pale as a ghost. He walked straight to Caldwell and, to Mark's astonishment, saluted. "Welcome home, sir," Harris said, his voice filled with reverence. Mark stood in stunned silence. What kind of man had he just pulled over? Caldwell sighed. "Guess the secret's out now." And then, the revelation unfolded like a long-lost chapter in history. Jonathan Caldwell had once been a top cryptographer for the U.S. government, working on classified intelligence during the height of the Cold War. He had discovered a breach, a mole within the agency, selling national secrets to foreign operatives. Before he could expose the traitor, a price was placed on his head. With the help of a few trusted allies, he faked his own death and vanished. For over 50 years, Caldwell had lived in hiding, carefully covering his tracks, waiting for the day it would be safe to return. He had uncovered the truth, but those who had betrayed him were still out there. Until today. "You should never have seen my name," Caldwell told Mark. "But maybe it's time the truth finally comes out." The captain turned to Mark. "We need to get him to a secure location. Now." As they escorted Caldwell away, Mark couldn't shake the feeling that his life had just been irrevocably changed. He had started his shift expecting to issue a simple traffic citation. Instead, he had uncovered a living legend. And just like that, the old man who had been declared dead half a century ago was alive again, ready to tell his story to the world. Some secrets refuse to stay buried. If you made it this far, comment, "The truth never dies." And don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.